What's going on, everybody? It is Sparks Comics here, and it is time to talk about this week's final order cutoff for indie comics. That cutoff is going to be this Monday, November 7th, for those coming through the Diamond catalog, and that's going to be most of our indie comics. They also, a lot of them are in the Lunar catalog as well, but just to keep things easy, I just am sticking to the cutoff in the Diamond catalog. So let's start out with number ones, one-shots, and we'll hit up a couple returning books. There's a lot more on cutoff this week, but I just wanted to keep this video somewhat short so you guys can see the information and go check out some of these really cool books. So first up, Noctera is back with a special one-shot, the Val special, coming from Scott Snyder and Tony S. Daniel. It says the interior art is actually going to be from Francis Manapul too, but writing Scott Snyder and Tony Daniel. In this special one-shot featuring awesome art by Francis Manapul, Val reflects on her hard and sometimes merciless past in the wake of the shocking events at the conclusion of Pedal to the Metal. But when an unlikely ally reveals a way to find Val's convoy and take them to Eos, Val must go against her every instinct in order to trust this new partner. So I'm excited to see more Noctera. I've been really enjoying the whole world of Noctera, and I can't wait for the next volume of that. I'm sure that's coming up pretty soon. Another one from Image Comics, we've got Plush #1 from Doug Wagner, Daniel Hilliard, and Rico Renzi. Serial killing cannibalistic furries. Plastic and vinyl creators Doug Wagner and Daniel Hilliard are back. This time they've recruited colorist extraordinaire Rico Renzi for the disturbing neon horror spin on fursuit, psychopaths, and bizarre love. In Plush, Devin Fulcher is coerced into attending his first furry convention when he accidentally happens upon a group of furries devouring a human. The insanity begins. Do they just want Devin for dinner or something much more wicked? Sounds entirely insane. I absolutely loved vinyl. I didn't get to read Plastic yet, but I'm going to trade weight on this one. But I really think everyone should check out these insane minds from the insane stories that the minds of Doug Wagner and Daniel Hilliard come up with. But yeah, you'll love it. Next up from Boom Studios, we have the return of writer Sarah Galey, who brought us Eat the Rich, to kind of give us a new spin on some of some rich topics, but this time we're going to space, and it's Know Your Station #1. The wealthiest people in the solar system abandon the Earth for a private sanctuary in space, leaving the rest of us to die amidst cataclysmic climate change. But the 1% won't be safe for long. A murderer is on the loose, specifically targeting the super rich. Soon, Elise, an employee of the billionaire's space station, is wrapped up in a deadly investigation, with each issue featuring a new, diabolically different kill. 2021's breakout writer Sarah Galey and rising star Liana Kangas from True Cult take a stab at the ultra-wealthy, their dreams of escaping the very planet they've put in peril, and the consequences of a future that might not be so far away. And honestly, I feel like we've had these types of topics pop up in the news and rumors that the rich are going to go to space and leave the planet. I love that that's being discussed in a comic, and Liana Kangas' art is fantastic. Sarah Galey's writing in Eat the Rich was really great, and so that combination here was an immediate put this on my pull list. Going down to the comics and graphic novel section, we've got from Sumerian Comics, Firstborns #1, from Emilio Ian E. Pliskin and Luca Vassallo. Writer and artist of heavy metal drummer Stanley Green wakes up in the middle of the night from a restless nightmare. In it, his high school classmate David Pilgrim burns to death in front of his eyes, right after coming into contact with a strange artifact of alien origin. Sounds awesome. I loved heavy metal drummer. Purple Oblivion also coming from these creators. Fantastic. I picked up the original graphic novel a long time ago. It's being released now in single issues. So I highly recommend checking out all of their work. It is slightly unhinged in a way. Feels like you're on an acid trip sometimes, but it's a lot of fun and pretty metal. So check that one out. Good Boy going to volume 3 now from Christina Blanche and Garrett Gunn with Kit Wallace on the artwork. Flint learns the hard way that some oaths are not easily broken. With his father's life hanging in the balance, the lost child of Flint Sparks makes his bloodthirsty debut. Good Boy has been so much fun. I enjoyed the first 2 volumes, so here we are hopping back in with volume number 3. And my last number 1 pick on Final Order Cutoff is Grim Space number 1 from Frank Martin, Dan Scalisi, and cover art by Ruli Akbar. The perfect mashup of sci-fi and classic fairy tales has arrived. Grim Space tackles Jack and the Beanstalk with its debut issue as a mechanic named Jack is forced to sell a broken robot at a space bazaar. Instead, the young mechanic trades it for a mysterious navigation unit with the star charts to deep unknown space. Jack hopes the nav unit will bring him opportunity, but he and his fellow shipmates find trouble of gigantic proportions. Looks awesome, sounds awesome. Another number 1. So here's some number 2s from Boom Studios that are on the Final Order Cutoff. We have The Approach, issue number 2 from Jeremy Hahn and Jason Hurley and Jesus Hervas. Issue 1 was fantastic. Very creepy. The terrifying creature from the Lost Flight suddenly reappears, making meals of the helpless passengers. Mac, Abby, and the remaining airport crew feel helpless to stop its predatory rampage. But with the blizzard continuing to rage and the creature taking up residence inside, how will the stranded people survive? So, yeah, highly recommend this one if you're looking for a new horror story. This is fantastic. Another issue 2 from Boom that I love the first issue. We got Briar number 2 from Christopher Cantwell and Germain Garcia. The end of the world is nigh now that the sleeper has become the sleepwalker. But what is Briar Rose to do about it? And now that no one believes in magic and the fairy tale is long over. Her own fairy godmothers may be the key to setting things right. That is except for Grendrid, the tyrant of this wasteland, who sends a bounty hunter and a deadly group of assassins on Briar's trail. Only hope may lie in the marshes and their strange inhabitants, but their twisted faith in magic may not be what Briar expects. And last but not least from Boom, another issue number 2 is Damn Them All number 2 from Simon Spurrier and Charlie Adlard. I have not gotten to read issue number 1, but I love the concept of this, and I've heard great things from other people that I trust their opinions on it. Dora, a detective traumatized by the same recent supernatural events as Ellie, is suspicious of the untimely deaths of Alfie, a man who helped her in desperate times. As new terror unfolds, the two witness strange changes to the political landscape of Britain, a gibbering madness infecting the population. Ellie fears the worst and seeks the only thing she thinks can help. A demon may be behind what's happened, one that predates even the Ars Goetia and isn't so easy to control. Coming down to the comics and graphics novel section, we're going to hit up an awesome publisher, AWA. We've got Erratic Volume 2 Recharged. Issue number 3 of 4 here from Kari Andrews, Recharge Complete. Some things have been going insane in the first 2 issues of this. We have like a Viking goddess princess coming into the world to fight the void, and we just got this insane creature, void creature, attacking our hero Oliver, and he only gets 10 minutes of power per day. Got to use those wisely, or he could see himself in a situation where he needs his powers and can't do anything. But I've been loving this volume. Highly recommend checking out Erratic. Really fun story in the Resistance universe. Going over to Vault Comics, we got 2 of them from Vault Comics in this cutoff, and that is End After End number 4 from Tim Daniel and David Andre, and art by Sunando C. This has been fantastic. Checking out what happens in the end, after the end, and this like hero's journey that is going on has been fantastic. Some say it's the destination, while others insist it's the journey that shapes us. One such journey into Walt's previous life offers a glimpse of the man he was before his death. Is he destined to repeat every step here in the End After End? Or will he summon the resolve to become the person he wants to be? I feel like this afterlife type of thing that they got going on here really is like the people being able to explore, get those second chances to become better, like they're talking about there. We'll see if our character Walt is able to achieve that. Also coming from Vault on this Final Order Cutoff is Heart Eyes number 4 from Dennis Hopeless and Victor Ibanez. Very emotional story going on here. How much death and destruction can Lupe survive? The fallout from last month's explosive cliffhanger spreads far and wide as our mysterious narrator steps into the light. The reveal at the end of issue number 1 was insane. Issue number 2, even more insane. I haven't gotten to read issue number 3 yet. Just came out. But with that little cliffhanger mention, I am excited to read it because it sounds like it's just ramping up each issue. And it's been a very emotional journey so far. Lastly, on final orders this week from Sumerian Comics, we've got Sarah Lone number 3 from Eric Arnault and David Morancho. Issue 1, phenomenal. Set in New Orleans and Louisiana. And it's a little bit of a crime thriller we got going on here. Not usually my typical genre that I go for, but I really enjoyed issue number 1. March of 1962, New Orleans strip club go-go dancer Joy Caruthers, aka Sarah Lone by her stage name, has no room to maneuver. She'll quickly realize that the mafioso Vetriani has not forgotten Lamount's death. It's a brand new game that's beginning, and you'll have to play smart so as to not be crushed by the gears of the plot that's taking shape. Really think this is a killer series that's flying under the radar from Sumerian Comics. So go check out Sarah Lone. I believe issue 1s are still available, so you should be able to get a hold of it. And issue 2 coming out soon. Don't know exactly when. This says this one will be out December 7th, so probably in the next 2 weeks we'll see Sarah Lone number 2 come out. And that is my final order cutoff. Appreciate you guys watching. If you're not subscribed, go hit that button. Hit a like on the video before you leave. Helps with the YouTube algorithm and everything. And drop a comment below. What are you picking up from these books? Are you reading any of these right now? Or any of these number 1s of interest to you? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, collect what you love. See you next time.